Hey guys, back in the garage again working on scraps. Well, guess who just pulled up? Mr. Wilson. He called me, says, Al, I'm on my way over. I want to take care of that wiring for you. I'm like, come on over. So game plan for today. We're going to try to get this running. Hopefully it sounds like that car right out over there. So, enough babbling. Let's get to work. All right, Mr. Wilson's here, fixing the stuff that's broken. While he's doing that, I'm going to try to look for things to do. But here he is. I'm going to leave this here if you don't mind, Mr. Wilson. Let me know if you need them. I'm going to see if I can find it.
Yep. That is.
I'll just sit here. I'll be in the dugout. Let me know when you need it.
You're going to use this. Of course not. Improvise.
Somebody reached out to me.
Go ahead.
They're like, is that the car that used to be on Tuesday Drive? And I'm like, yeah, they're like, I knew it. I go out to high school. I knew you looked familiar. How crazy is that? My patience, there it goes.
You don't want it to fall off.
No.
It's very hard to do.
You can't get to it once you put it in there, it's so hard. I'm gonna get out of your way. All right, guys, we're about to get a lesson. Well, I am anyway. What are these for?
These holes right here are for fiber optics to run from here to the ashtray. There's a little metal piece with a fiber optic cable that runs in here, and it goes down to the ashtray, which lights up the ashtray when you turn it on.
Oh, all right.
The lights on.
Nice. Can we take a look at the corner of the headlight switch, what you were doing over there?
As far as the repair?
The ground.
No, so this ground must be on here and on the wiper switch to make sure that everything is grounded because it's a plastic dashboard. Now this ground and this ground, and there's one more that comes from the intermediate harness. They all get attached just above the emergency brake cable. Then on top of this, There's another ground that goes to the center support to ground out for the rest of the heater system and the console.
Awesome. All right, thank you very much.
This is for a glove box. If you don't use it, tape it up. And this is for the cigarette lighter. If you don't use it, tape it up.
Okay. All right, this one we're going to tape up because I don't have the glove box light. So I'm going to grab some tape. I'll tape this up over here on the top.
And we're going to look for some 194 bulbs. We need one more.
Okay. Alrighty, that was something I didn't know. But alrighty, back to work.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
It is, you know, because it's such a rare option to have. We need one more bulb, right?
Yes. And then I'm going to pop the fuses that way.
I have a pre-flat fuse.
I know what happened to it. It ain't got no gas in it.
All right, just stopping really quick. Here's the reason why Mr. Wilson's like, he's not having his harness.
This is connected to the generator light, which was broken off. This was looped out. These were cut. This one goes to the ignition switch, which the plug was no good. This goes to the ignition switch that the plug was no good. And then you got all these tied in all the way through aftermarket gauges, and they're bound up and shorting out on the inside frame of the dash. And then this little wire right here, another one that's cut, and it's going to the idiot lights, which they shouldn't have jumped that out.
Yeah, he jumped it right out of the. Yeah, he jumped it right out of here.
And then if you do, you still have that old plug?
Hold on. Yeah, it's on the workbench.
Little white plug.
Should be on the workbench. To your left. Somewhere over here.
Oh, here it is. So it was shorting out in the ignition switch, which that caused them to cut everything out. And this is the reason why we don't play those games, because nobody wants to worry about an electrical short.
Okay. So to make a long story short, informative story, it was just a mess. Whoever touched this wiring harness shouldn't be working on cars. So, alright, I just want to stop and show you. Back to work.
You want to fish those.
Okay. You
Fish
want
those
these back
through.
through here?
Yep. Over the top. There you go.
There we go. Back here. Hey, Mr. Wilson, hold on. You know, I'm so mad I missed out on that 55 Chevy. Running and driving 55 Chevy, 283 4-speed.
That was a deal.
Oh my gosh. I was so mad I missed out on it. And hopefully the guy who bought it's going to be great. Let me see. Yep, looks like a 9/16 to me. Here it is.
Should be on the deep.
This is a 5/16.
It's right on the extension.
Oh, here it is. You go. You know, this might have been good. I just didn't want to take any chances. The heck
For the $20.
yeah. All right, guys, I just want to show you what I got to do here. These are like, they sell a tool, and these are like rib nut tools, I guess. What they do is they sink down, and then you squeeze them, or you tighten them down, and then they flare up on the bottom so you can't get them out. I need these to hold the console in. So this one broke off, so I set a nut down in there, and I'm just going to weld around it. I just want to show you what I'm doing this way. Like I say, if you're looking at me, you're like, what is he doing now? But that's what I'm doing. Let's get to work. All right, guys, just stopping for a second. Mr. Wilson just hooked up the neutral safety switch, reverse lights, and everything like that. And he'll do a much better job at explaining things than I can. So here we go.
So the neutral safety switch is to stop you from starting the vehicle in gear. So the only way it would start would either be in park or in neutral. And these are the reverse light wires that go to the neutral safety switch. So when you pull it back into reverse, it turns the light switch on, which then goes back into park, and you can restart the vehicle at any given time.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Alrighty, let's plug it in. I mean, let's hook the battery up, see what happens. Okay, good.
Okay. Should get tight, right?
Yeah, it's starting to get pretty snug.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
Okay. We're gonna
No sparkles.
no, hold on.
Got no interior light, so.
Might not work.
Dim light generator light. Yes, we did.
What was that?
That was the starter.
It works?
It works.
I mean, of course it works. I knew it was gonna work.
You're good.
It might start.
Might not.
It might not. Should I throw some gas down the throat?
You should take the air cleaner off to do that. If you want to hear it run.
I already hear it.
You've never heard it?
Nope. What could go wrong? No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Well, you know, worst case scenario, you just gotta yank the motor out, put a new one in.
Did you get the plug from Ray?
No, I didn't.
It's going to need a good splash because it dry. Oh boy.
That's okay.
And we have fire extinguisher.
It is just I did excited.
Are you ready?
Yeah. All right, guys, just stop for a second. Well, we got it to kick over. I have no gas. So I'm gonna run out, I'm gonna get some gas. Mr. Wilson, put it all back together again.
We all know that problem. It ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah, it ain't got no gas in it. But we'll see. Hopefully soon we'll be able to crank this thing up and hopefully it'll run. But I just wanted to stop, show you where we are. And thank you, Mr. Wilson. He's awesome. Everybody needs a Mr. Wilson. Alrighty, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Before Mr. Wilson leaves, we're gonna throw that hood on the car. I'm just tired of moving it around. So, here we go. Alright.
Shoot. I forgot how heavy these stupid hoods
Oh,
are.
I know.
Hold on.
I thought it had to be. You know what? I wasn't going to, and then I didn't work. I'll have this look.
Hello?
All right, so we got the hood on. And if you saw me, I put a block of wood underneath here, and I was pushing down over here. This hood hit a deer, and it was a little bent and twisted, but it's actually, when I took it off the car, I straightened it out a little bit. So now it's only got like a little dent right here, and it just needed to be tweaked. So that's what I was doing. And I filled the tank up with gas, and I was cranking it and cranking it and cranking it, and still no fuel. So the fuel pump's no good. So I'm gonna throw a new fuel pump in it tomorrow, and hopefully get it up and running tomorrow. It cranks, it goes to start. It's just not getting any fuel other than the fuel you put in the carburetor. So, I mean, that's where we are. But before I finish up the day, I want to put the hood latch on and then just go around the car. Maybe there's a couple other things I can do before we call it a day. All right, so let's get to work. All right, guys, I just want to show you how I was adjusting this hood. If this right here has got a slot for a screwdriver, and up on top, right in here, it's a 3/4 nut. So you just loosen the nut up and you adjust this all the way up to get the height you want. It still needs a little bit of an adjustment, but it's right there. So I just wanted to show you what I was doing. And something else I'm going to do, and then I'm probably going to call it a day, is I want to see, I just want to hook up the ground for the headlights to see if the headlights go on, or the headlight goes on. All right, so let's give it a try. Here we go. All right, let's see if it works. There you go. Hey, it works. So hopefully, I just got to order another bulb for the other side. I might just put 2 brand new bulbs in, just so I don't have to worry about it going bad on me, or the next person that buys it. So I'll throw it in there. I got the new trim rings to hold it in place. And hopefully tomorrow this car will be up and running. I mean, it wants to start, it's not getting any fuel to the carburetor. So hopefully tomorrow I'll change out the fuel pump and get this thing up and running. Alrighty? So let me just finish up over here, see if there's anything else I can do. If not, we're just gonna call it a day. Alright guys, it's the end of the day. I don't want to push it too much because so far it's been a really good day. Let's go over what we did today, and you know I'm gonna forget something, so here we go. Mr. Wilson actually hooked up the wipers. I forgot about that, so we plugged all that in. We had the all the way down in there. If you saw me with the long extension, that was the back of the new fuse panel that we put in. So we got that done. Trying to remember everything. We put the new hood latch in, put the hood on. And Mr. Wilson got all this back together. We put a brand new high-low beam in there. I figured if we're gonna do it. You know, because I don't want to have any problems with this car, or whoever gets the car. I don't want them to have any problems with it. If my hands are in it already, you know, I'm just, like I say, I'm just trying to bring this car back to something that somebody wants to drive and enjoy it. I'm not restoring it. I'm just putting it back together to make it a cool, fun little driver, because it's been off the road since 1988. You know, so I mean, it's about time somebody enjoys it. So, enough babbling. Here we go. If you look right here, it's pinned past full. That's showing me, I already know that the rear, here, let me show you. Here's the rear taillight harness. And they just ripped it apart. So, this right here is, let's see, this line plugs into one side of it. It plugs into here on that side. And on this side, that's where the bumper, the license plate bulb goes in, just underneath the back bumper. So none of that's hooked up because it's just such a mess. So I ordered the new taillight harness, and hopefully I'll have that tomorrow. If I do, I'm going to just, you know, take care of all that. Just get rid of all of it. It's just too much of a mess. So once that's done, then I can hook up the fuel, the gauge, and that should work. Because it's got a brand new sending unit and everything. Everything's new in the fuel system. So hopefully that'll work. What else? Put the shifter in, hooked up the shifter. put the neutral safety. This is right here. You see these two purple lines? That's the neutral safety switch. And what happens is, if the switch goes bad and the car doesn't want to start or anything, that's another thing you can look at. You can pull this out and then just run a little loop, so it loops from one right into the other. And that bypasses the neutral safety switch. But, you know, I mean, when I do these cars, I always try to make sure that the neutral safety switch and all that's working, because you don't want to get in the car. Or sometimes some people lean in and they go to start it, and it's either in reverse or drive or whatever. So that just eliminates a big problem, I guess. What else did we do? Like I say, this is all hooked back up. Put a new ignition switch in right there. That goes right up in here. So that's done. Like I say, I'm just trying to eliminate any problems, you know, down the road. And I think that's it, unless I forgot something, and I always do. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get this thing up and running. And once it's running, I don't think I'm going to use these quarter panels. I think I'm going to go a different route with this. And, you know, we'll see. Because this right here, this is all banged up. I was going to pull this quarter panel off and straighten all this out. And this here, I think, and I have that piece. I have this one whole piece right here. Right there. But I think I'm just going to go with either these doors. They still shut so nice. Like these right here. They have this inner structure right there. It comes all the way around and in. But my parts guy's got a set of quarter panels that's just like this, but doesn't have the sail panel. It comes over to here. I think those are the ones that I'm going to go with. And because it just eliminates a lot of the filler and time and work. So, you know, I don't mind doing it if the end result's going to be the right way, I guess. But like I say, I'm not restoring this car. I want to make the car nice to where if somebody down the road, if they want to take it to the next level, they can. So, and I don't want to make any mistakes in between that might stop them from doing that. So, but, you know, that's really pretty much it for today. It wasn't a really long day, honestly. You know, we was probably out here maybe 4 hours, maybe 5. I don't even think 5 hours, about 4 hours. Mr. Wilson, he called me up. He's like, "Al, I'm on my way." I'm like, "Okay, here we go." And you know, he's a great friend, and he's just somebody that's just so knowledgeable. And you know, I learn something new from Mr. Wilson every day. And you know, it's just, and he's helpful like that. You know, he wants you to know what something is. But anyway, enough babbling. You know, we'll see where we go tomorrow with this, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to really starting to move on this car now, because I'm feeling so much better. I was so wiped out the last 2-3 weeks. I didn't think I was going to feel this good, and I just feel great. So thank you very much for everybody who sent me, you know, who commented. I hope you feel better, Al. You know, I really appreciate it. You know, you make my day. You really do. And oh, you know what I want to show you? All right, somebody else commented. What's that orange wire right there? That's your blower motor wire. If you could see right down in there, if you could see it in there, I don't know if you can. But anyway, there's a plug in there. So without that wire being plugged in, your blower motor won't turn on. So that's what it was. I was trying to look back in the comments so I could comment back, but I couldn't find it. So it was just easier for me to show you. And everything so far so good is going okay. You know, I mean, what could go wrong? So that's it. Like I say, you know, I tend to babble. I'm sorry, but enough babbling. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see what this brings tomorrow. So you guys take care of yourselves.